Hey everyone, I'm back. I'm AJ, you're watching Leary the Cable Guy Disc Golf. So today I'm just going to play a quick round of at Dolly Cooper and talk about why I've been gone and how I'm back. So it should be pretty chill. Put my keys away. Also give you an update on what's going on. So let's get into it. Hole 1 at Dolly's 315 straight ahead. The Anheuser plays well, especially into this tailwind. Try not to block the shot too much. And I'll give you the first reason why I was gone. Come back. I was trying. Bit short. The first reason was simply school. So as y'all likely know, I go to Furman University here in Greenville, South Carolina. Oh, drop in. Ooh. That's worse. And needless to say, it's pretty challenging. The nice part is, as you step onto the second tee pad, 210, but really uphill. You can't really see from the camera, but this right gap, you can just take something fast and stable. But the nice part is about school is essentially the hard part of my track, my studies, is over, which is really nice as I'm going into senior year. So I should have a lot more time on my hands this upcoming year. And then the second reason was I was injured. Fade. It's trying. Alright, that'll be a long putt. Didn't fade enough. But yeah, I was injured. So one weekend, I played, I think it was close to 63, 64 holes of disc golf. And I hurt myself from overuse. I gave myself a pretty bad case of tennis elbow or tendonitis. Oh, good catch. Second putt was better, but anyways. So yeah, that took me out for a solid 3 months in my right elbow, which, if you know my game, that's big backhand guy, so it was hard to play. And as you can maybe tell, I've just recovered after 3 months. For reference, it is, I think, June 6th today, and I injured my elbow on Super Bowl Sunday, so February. Didn't recover till late May. But yeah, it's pretty hard to make content, but I was able to learn a little lefty backhand, so I might showcase that on a hole or two. Hole 3, 290, kind of a Stallheiser. Excuse me, I'm out of breath. It might be a little sawed off. Might be a lot sawed off. A little chip up forehand. Really low gap here. Shouldn't be too bad though. Oh, tie. That's it. It does. Leave a putt. This will be for par. This hole is... Oh my... I still suck at putting, so... That's that. No, I just... Horrible stroke there. Back to even. The fourth, reason or excuse is my club, which when I'm playing with my club, we're usually on a short time, and then whipping out the camera, recording videos would take even longer. And also, I don't want to subject people to filming who don't want to be filmed. So, but the club's been awesome that I started at Furman, so. Whew. And more on that in a second, as you get a good view of my butt. Hole 4, 310. Straight down the pipe here. Comes back a little left at the end. Going trusty tactic as always. Ah! Jeez. Not great. Also, thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. Stick around to the end of the video. There will be a giveaway to one lucky commenter / winner. Hopefully you guys can see this, but it's gonna be a little chip hyzer right into the trees. Jesus. This course, also one thing you'll see is this course is kind of my nemesis course for some reason. I mean, granted, we're only, what, 4 holes in, not even, but I never really play great when I'm out here for whatever reason. As I mentioned previously, one project we've been working with for a number of months now is actually redesigning the Furman disc golf course. One thing, if you know, in the Greenville area, probably one of the worst courses in the area is Furman's, unfortunately. But we are changing that to make it pretty solid, I think. Drop. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so we're taking Furman, which is a current 9-hole, into an 18, which is going to be pretty awesome. And it'll be bogey, unfortunately. There will be content for sure on the redesign. I'll take you through the old design and the new design before it all gets constructed, which will be super cool. And then reason number 5, my tripod is broken. You'll probably notice a lot of low shots today because the screw at the apex of the legs is broken. So the legs don't really work. So I lose a good 1.5 to 2 feet of height for that tripod. So I will be getting a new one. Anyways, hole 5, 305, slight hyzer, a little bit of elevation, reactor. That looks good. Yeah, maybe I just circled short, but I'll take that every time. So yeah, that'll do it, as in my excuses, you can call them, for not uploading. Sorry about that, but I do want to appreciate you guys for 100 subscribers. So I'll be giving away a 2015 Ti Zone that's in my car. We'll see it at the end of the round. Oh my goodness. Rolls right back. Alright. Should make that putt, but what can you do? Now just to play the course normally. So yeah, I should be uploading again this summer, because instead of going back to Florida, I'm actually staying here in Greenville to work for the drive. Go drive. Been super fun. I work they're called Canatrax. They're 2 programs, Canatrax and TrackMan. One just basically tracks the game, what happens, you record all that, and then the other is a motion capture system. But basically just click a button. So it's pretty fun. But yeah, hopefully I'll bring more uploads with better quality with a new tripod when my next paycheck comes in, which should be pretty soon. Hole 6, 220, slightly downhill turnover. I'm gonna go 300 soft PA3. Got an ace on this one actually, which is super cool. If that drops, that should be pretty good. Maybe a little short because it got knocked down, but I think I'll have a putt at it for sure. Apologies in advance for the camera angle. But I have some videos in the pipeline for the summer, like my journey throwing left-handed, which y'all are left. I could have thrown a lefty tee shot on that hole, but it's not quite accurate enough, at least compared to my right hand, to really be super consistent. Dude, I'm all over this band today. I'd rather be all over the band than all over the cage though, so. And that was a good 25-footer. And yeah, I've changed my putting a lot too. Which is why I'm giving like actually good bids from 25 and missing high instead of low and left. Involving both the PA3 and my putting grip, which I should make a video on that. That'll be pretty fun. One thing I will definitely be making a video on is this. New bag. So I worked a side job where the guy paid me in Apple Cash, which was pretty awesome, but I couldn't transfer it to my bank, so I just kind of had money to spend. And at another round Greenville, shout out, they had that bag sitting there very slightly used for, I got it for 150 bucks, which considering they usually cost $260, $270, it's a pretty easy decision. Anyways, hole 7, 270, straight up the hill. Long and left, there's a big drop off of the basket though. So you'd rather miss right, but there is a thing in the way. Construction vehicle, whatever you want to call it. And that's left. That'll be 150 feet down the hill. So our second was maybe just within circle, but there's our first. And we take our first here on this channel. Let's see if we can knock down this circle 2 bid. Yeah, take our flip here. I'm gonna call this 60 uphill. That's a chance. Oh, it's high. Hi, how are you? Alright. Again, we're pretty consistently missing high today, but I'd rather miss high than never give it a chance, as I previously said. Oh, there's a disc in the basket. Flip. Little par. Still one over. Yeah, somebody left the... Oh, it's a foil buzz. We'll leave it. Could have added that to the giveaway though. Make it a big disc golf giveaway. But let's be a good member of the Greenville disc golf community. Hole 8, one of my favorites out here, 330. You can either go straight down, try and get through those trees, or take a big left to right guy. I'm gonna try a putter here, even though. So I'm bagging this 300 soft PA3, which I aced with a week ago, which is cool, but I want it to beat up and become flippy, kind of a replacement for that magnet. I thought it was time to retire that magnet just because I started to worry more about losing it because it's my first ever disc. But right now this guy has some fade to it instead of flip, so I have to put this on some Anheuser to get the flight I want. Let's see. So I put a little Annie on it, but it's gonna come out, I think. So if that was, I mean, that was awesome, don't get me wrong. But if that was the magnet, that would have flipped and held the entire way. But really good shot, so no complaints here. Okay, so we ended up probably a good, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. A good, call this 23 feet, 22 and a half left, so very happy with the shot. Let's aim for that green tape and try and knock it in. Perfect, right on the money. But it's back to even. Hole 8 is always a good birdie out here. Hole 9, 4 more hole 18. 280 plays a lot shorter because it's pretty significantly downhill. And then an island green. Well, not an island green, but the basket is enclosed in a circle of rocks. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a deflector, put it up high right, let it crash back left as it does. That pushes, that should be pretty good. I hit a rock, I believe, which is usually a good sign. So I heard rock, so I think we probably hyzered onto one of these rocks and just bounced in. Granted, this isn't an island OB, because if it was, you'd see a lot of bogeys, but it is good to find yourself within the rock circle here. Really good birdie. I haven't birdied this one very often, actually. This one usually gets away from me. I really like this hole because there's, to this left side, you have kind of a ditch. So if you don't commit your shot enough, right here, you kind of end up hitting that left side of the ditch and rolling down and having a pretty good circle 2 putt for your birdie, or is it OB? But either way, excuse me, fly. You do have to throw a pretty solid shot to get that 2. So, very good 2 to get. Alright, so the hole is playable. Those gentlemen down there, I think they're preparing for an event that the park is hosting tomorrow. Let's try and put this high and right, put it above their heads. Here you go. Era. If it has the juice, that looks pretty good. I think it's gonna be short though. No, it's really good. Really good. Really nice shot here. Shout out to those guys for letting me play. Really nice. Alright, we had to skip hole 11 just because those guys, they had their trucks parked right on the fairway, which, I mean, they were nice enough to let me play through 10, and they're, let's be frank here, they're doing much more important work than I am. I mean, they're doing work, I'm having fun, so. That's all good. We'll just say I parred that. But we are now 2 under with that turkey, which is nice. Hole 12, 260, tunnel shot, and just, you want something that finishes just the slightest bit left. And that is the trusty tactic. So, hopefully I'll try not to block this shot, but here we go. Get down. It's trying. A little bit of cabbage. Hit the gap, which I'm really happy about. Another low angle here. Okay, the whole thing just decides to collapse sometimes. We'll get a new tripod. Said that already. I'll make that promise. But the trusty tactic got a little stubborn for us, which we love. Fought through a little bit, giving us just a look. Call this 25 feet. Probably, I don't know. But a little straddle guy. Super makeable, so let's do it. Stay in. Nice. Left pocket. That's even better. Alright. Not luck. Not luck. How often can you say that about my putt? Alright. 3 down. We're kind of... it's weird because we're... knock on wood. But we're kind of shredding this back 9. Okay, hole 13. 320, but a good deal uphill. Probably a good 40 feet uphill. That might be an exaggeration, but somewhere around there. So it's a bit of a shot. Plays is the longest on the course, I believe. So we're going to go with the C Blend Emperor Run 19. Probably my favorite driver in my bag right now. Which I've actually, my bag is slimmed down quite a bit because of the grip bag. We'll talk more about that when I make that video. Anyways, a little bit of headwind, which not great, but we should be able to power through it. Here we go. Oh no! Watch that. Help me out, camera. Help me out, guys. Comment down below where the heck that is. We'll throw another. Just to get redemption, because this is usually a hole I'm pretty good at. Again, in case of the lefties, I don't know. I think I just didn't take a long enough run up. Ended up tripping over myself, but who knows. That's a bit better. It's actually a lot better. Go in. Woo! I mean, that's a birdie, but you know, we take our first here on this channel. Alright, after some searching, we found our first here. Made it up to the shelf, not into the crap, which is nice, but I have zero look, which is how it should be when you shank it left. So, and then shout out to all the helpful people who helped me look and find it. Love the Greenville disc golf community. Y'all are awesome. That'll be a par. Pitch up was just a touch short than I thought, but this shouldn't give much trouble. I might be blocking the shot though, I apologize. That'll be a par. Ending the streak of birdies where you actually play the hole. Again, might block the tee shot here, apologies. Well, I do like this course a lot. It's a lot of the tee pads area are pretty rocky, sloped, or closed, and having a crappy tripod doesn't really help. Excuse my voice. Hole 14, just over 250 at 260. Kind of a little snaking guy. Comes out left. Fairway goes left, but the basket is off to the right. You can either throw a laser beam right at it, or some flex that starts left and finishes out right. I'm gonna throw one right-handed backhand, probably right-handed forehand as well, and then I'll probably show you. I'll show you all the lefty backhand as well that I've been working on. But spoiler alert, it's not as pretty as the righty one. So yeah, that's gonna be too straight. Kind of leaves you with a really tough putt. But to be honest, I meant to put that on a pushing hyzer. And for the forehand, a really skinny flex is really nice, or if you want to chop something really overstable over. But it's really hard to get that all the way back to the right with the nature of how that shot flies. A little stable tactic here. Just like that. That's how you want to do it. Into the hillside. Yeah. I have been working on the, well, I haven't been working on the form, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but for some reason I've just been feeling solid. And here's a lefty backhand. I'm gonna try a little flex with my reactor, glow reactor. Let's see how it goes. I put on a little more anhyzer than I meant, but I did hit the gap, and I threw a good anhyzer, which is something I've been struggling with, so very happy with those. So I am going to take the second, which was the forehand, if y'all do not mind, just because I do want to, one putt that I'm really not good at is an anhyzer putt, so I really want to give this a bid. Ooh, almost died. And then we'll look for that lefty backhand. It's probably somewhere off to the left. Maybe a little deep even. Here we go. Let's give this our best shot. Pretty happy with that bid. It's going to roll a bit, but that's kind of expected. That's better. Two good bids, honestly, for the anhyzer putt, which, again, as I said, is my weakness. So, but I do think from all three, the lines would have been a par anyway, so no harm, no foul, I guess. I stepped up to this. This is our first putt, and that rolled a little bit, and it's not exactly a gimme, so I should show myself putting this one out. I have missed a 10-footer in this video. Ooh, just over the rim. I thought that was really good out of my hand. But that is in for par. Let's try and find this reactor. I feel like I'm saying this on every tee pad, but I might block the shot a little bit. Again, apologies. I blame the tripod. Get a new tripod, yada yada, y'all heard it. I did find the reactor though. It was just, must have hit something because it ended up a good bit shorter than I thought. But anyways, we move. Hole 15, shorty at 210. A little anhyzer or forehand. The tough part is pretty much the entire hole is on a slide, and it's on a side hill that slides down like this. And then right of about 15 feet right of the pin is a pretty big drop off. So you really want something. So that's why I opt for a turnover instead of a forehand, just because you're gonna hit, you know, assuming you throw it well, you're gonna hit that landing zone softer. And a soft PA3, if I get the angle right, should do the trick. Oh, hit the first tree available, but I do think if I missed that, which I know everyone says that, but if I missed that, I do think genuinely that was going to be really good. So I'm going to try a little jump putt straight, if you can see. Try and get left of the basket. Oh, man, that hanging guy got us. Still have a putt at it, but now it's a really death putt. Big death putt, so 30 feet downhill. Death behind. One tree that might save us if we miss really badly, but I don't plan on it. So let's just try and put this just right at the pole, let it swing right in and crash in. We are putting downhill, so let's. That's high. Good tree. Let's try another. That's better. Player 2. I'll keep the camera rolling though, because obviously that first putt is not in by any means. This is definitely one you want to at least 3 if you don't get that good drive for that 2. Whew. Held my breath because I thought that was low. But that'll be a bogey. Put us at 2 under, kind of cooling off from our little streak we had going, but we can maybe get a little bounce back on the next. Welcome to the 16th. 190, shorty, up the hill, dead straight. Really, you just want to blast something. Actually, I think you want to throw something straight. And a good play is something with a firmer plastic, because I believe it'll give you some more slide if you do happen to throw it short, which is pretty common. But yeah, just throw something straight and hard under the ceiling and slide up. Try and put yourself in a circle for a birdie putt. We're going to try to do exactly that with the trusty tactic. Nice and flat. Miss our gap, but hit the other one to park the hole. You know, we do get lucky sometimes on this channel, and that's another instance of that. And we'll always take them, baby. We are absolutely parked. That'll be a tap in for the next one. Okay, hole 17. 235 left to right. You know, I'm gonna treat you guys for sticking around this whole time. I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna go lefty backhand with the resistor. That's too stable for it, my lefty. But I'm gonna put it high and flat, or at least try to. Treat you guys. You deserve it. Thank you for sticking around, and thank you for 100 subs. Almost up the giveaway. Oh! Yeah. Hit the one thing you don't want to hit. Call this 115 downhill. I'm going to give it a big anhyzer. Stall bid, but chances are we'll just put it close for a 3. Let's see. Yeah. Didn't really give it a chance, but I'm not upset with that. I've been kind of using the lefty for holes that are really sharp to the right, like really short and sharp to the right, as we tap in for par. And it's been working. I can get some good pop on the lefty backhand, but the accuracy, as you just saw, is not really there. So I do think it's something that, if I really put more time and field work into it, it could get really good. For the last time, sorry about the poor camera position. This tee is very sloped. Well, the tee itself is amazing. The tees here are incredible. They did a very good job with these, but around them there's a lot of hills and stuff. So hole 18, you won't be able to see, I'm sorry. But the hole the fairway kind of straight and then a little right, with the basket sitting right at the edge of a cliff. Really great 18. This used to be the 10th hole, and then you'd have to walk all the way a good 1,500 feet that way to get to hole 11's pad, which is now hole 1. Really love the redesign. It's really good drama for tournament play. Really great. I'm gonna try and take the trusty tactic. Gonna try and smooth it out, a little bit of anhyzer, let it pull, hopefully flatten out, hopefully stick me nice and close. That needs to slow down. It did. Really nice trees. Might be edge of circle, maybe a little outside, short, but in line, with a huge depth putt. If those trees weren't there, I probably would have ended up good 100 feet down the hill. But we have a nice depth putt. Good 30, 35 footer. You know, we're not shooting a course record out here or anything. We're just having fun, so. Oh, sorry, just kicked a little hard. There's my lie. But you know, y'all been watching this far and dealt with all the bad camera angles, so I'll run this for y'all. Get up. Okay, I lied. Okay, I gave you a low and a high. But that'll be a tapping for par for what I believe was 3 under. So not the best round out here, but nothing really to complain about. Anyways, let's get to the giveaway. For the last time, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for watching my comeback. Hopefully I can upload a lot more for y'all this summer. And as I promised, there is a giveaway for 100 subscribers that I promised a long time ago. This is a 2015 Ledgestone Original TI Zone. I think that's signed by Nathan Queen, but I can't give you 100% certainty on that. It is slightly used. Very little scuff, one little scuff mark on the rim, but otherwise very good flyer. I mean, that's pretty soft, but it's been sitting in my trunk, so it's probably a little softer than normal. But I know this is a pretty coveted run of Zone, so I'm happy to give this away to you guys. In order to enter, just please give me your Instagram handle, and if you don't have that, your Facebook, just give me one of those two. And I will enter you into a little wheel, spin it in about 2 weeks from today, and then if you win, I'll contact you through one of those two. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm AJ, and you're watching Leary the Cable Guy Disc Golf. Have a good one. Peace.